Illinois exposed cams.
I tell you about the murder, I swear to God. I tell you about the murder. It's my son. I tell you about everything. I swear to God. I tell you, I will tell you, please. I swear, please.
Yo, face! Show your face, please, with sugar on top!
Hey, what's up, y'all? Y'all know my slogan. I don't know it all, but I know what I've been through. Now, before we get into this video, make sure you check us out on Patreon at www.patreon.com/Hookah Anonymous _. You guys been telling us to create one for the longest, so we recently created a community where we will upload videos that we can't share on YouTube due to their guidelines. We'll also be dropping the latest to there first, behind the scenes information that you wouldn't find anywhere else on our socials. So make sure you become a member, and after you do that, head over to our official Instagram page at Hookah Anonymous _ and follow us there. Now without further ado, let's get into what you guys came here to see. Now, if OTF Dede's little brother situation didn't teach us nothing, it definitely should have taught us that most of these guys rapping about spinning blocks, grabbing Glocks, they gonna see their ops, they're lying, right? I'm not gonna go out on a limb and say them all, but majority of them, when you look at them, you could just see and tell who's really doing what, and then the other ones who are just following. However, following can get you caught up in situations that you might not want to be in, whether it's a graveyard or a jail cell. And 9 times out of 10, when you go to either one, it shows whether you was really on it or not. Now in this case, you have TTE Little Ted, who was also OTF Dede's little brother, who would get locked up, and his body cam footage have recently been revealed. And let's just say, the person you hear in the music or you see in the videos isn't the same person we seen on that footage. Or at least I hope he got a clone. Now the body cam footage will show us that he was in the store, and it looks like he was purchasing some items when CPD would actually run into the store and target just him. Now I can't lie, it does look a little fishy, because out of everybody in the store and everybody that was outside of the store, for some reason CPD came and arrested him. They pointed him out, they didn't go for nobody else, they went to him and they knew exactly what they were looking for. And lo and behold, he had a firearm on his person, and it also had a switch attached. Now TTE Little Ted will tell the cops that he's currently on probation, and he also has his son at home who is just 1 year old. It seems like he was just going to the store real quick, and somehow within that split second, he was targeted by police. Now either somebody told on him, or they've been watching him, or I don't know. However, what everybody is talking about, how he cried off impulse. And we're not saying complaining or like he cried in a figurative language. No, he literally cried off impulse as soon as they took them cuffs out, took the firearm from his waistband, and he knew at that point he was going straight to jail. Now, like we stated before, from the time he got the handcuffs put on him, he started crying. Then when he was placed in the back of the police vehicle, he was even crying more as he would boo-hoo and sob in the back of the police car. Now, to be honest with y'all, this is not funny, right? However, it's hard to have remorse for anybody that talk about spinning blocks, catching ops. You supposed to be tough. It's no crying, because you know what you signed up for whenever you start participating in them streets. And you should know that this is what come with it. Now, aside from all the crying, he's going viral yet once again, because now people are starting to point out that it seems like Little Ted asked the police if he could offer information so he could get out of his situation. And yes, basically he offered to snitch. Now I'm not sure, but what I want to do is go over the video once again and listen to it so you guys can let us know if you heard him say that he's willing to offer information on a body. Well, it seems like he did, according to Memo600 and Pooda Laflair, because they will call him out as they would take to the IG stories and pretty much clown him. Now here's the part where they're saying that he offered information on a body so he can get out of the jam. Y'all check this out.
What's her name? Alright, let me call.
Alright, now, I'm not the smartest man in the world, but if you listen closely, it does sound like he says, I could tell you about a murder, I swear to God. Y'all check this out one more time and let me know what y'all think.
What's her name? Alright, let me call her.
Memo would take to his IG story and he would post a clip of him saying what we all think he said, and he would caption it saying, quote, "Listen to him close. He said I could tell you about a casket emoji and shock face emojis." Basically saying that he told him that he could tell him about a body. Now, if you pay close attention to that video, as soon as he said that, the officer turned his body cam off. One thing I could say I have observed from watching a whole bunch of YouTube body cam videos, whenever somebody is starting to offer information or tell them that they could offer information, the first thing they do is turn their body cam off. This is because they're not supposed to reveal their identity, and also it could be a danger to their life. So what they do is they usually redact that type of information, whether it's on paper or on body cam, because it could put that inmate or subject in danger. So that's a little something I thought was a little fishy. But not only that, the fact that they didn't even ask him, right? He offered the information. So being that he offered, I'm pretty sure he definitely told as soon as that detective, because for y'all that know, usually when you get locked up, they have a detective that come and ask you if you want to volunteer any type of information, and usually you're supposed to say no. But clearly the route he's going, where he's already offering information in the precinct, I'm sure when that detective came, he gave up way more than they wanted. So if you are affiliated with him in any way, shape, or form, and you realize that you or anybody around y'all houses start getting raided, or people just started getting arrested for no reason, y'all thought y'all was being low, well, now you know. And it's crazy because this happens a lot. Whereas sometimes your name don't need to be in paperwork. This is the part that people don't understand. Just because your name isn't in paperwork yet, or just not period, don't mean that you didn't tell. There's other ways of telling. This is 2025. You don't always have to be in paperwork in order to tell. You could tell in the precinct, you could tell on your way to the precinct, you could write a statement. It's all type of ways. But anyway, Landron's own Pooda Laflair, he will also have something to say, and he was actually the first person I seen that pointed this out. He would repost the same clip as Memo, and he would caption it saying, quote, "You say you would tell him about a what? A bunch of question marks." In the next slide, he would say, quote, "Little bro offering bodies before he made it in the station. Damn, shorty, what the F?" Now, I don't know if this had anything to do with the clip, but he will also post an interesting message in his IG story, as he would say, quote, "I hate these new streets on Tim. All this ish weird. Stick with who with you. F all that mixing crowds ish. Stop holding on to that 10, 15 year ish. That ish don't hold no weight no more. Stick with who you know with you, cause they ain't playing fair out here." Now that could be pertaining to the whole Duke situation, or it could be pertaining to the TTE Little Tim situation as well. Who knows? One thing I would say though is this. A lot of these young guys that's out here, they're very much misguided, and when the consequences come behind their actions, they can't take it. Clearly he bold enough to walk around with a firearm in his pants, but when it's time to go to jail, he start crying. And I'm not talking about just crying. He was weeping, sobbing. And on top of that, he offered information on a body. Like if the crying wasn't enough, now he's offering to tell on a body that he know about. Fellas, if y'all out there in the streets, you better watch who you out there committing crimes with. I've been through a situation like this within myself, to where I did crimes with somebody who threatened to tell on me, and that's a feeling I will never forget. A feeling where you thought somebody was one way, and you never thought that they'll switch on you until you get a call and they're telling you that they're thinking about cooperating, and at that point, your life feel like it just went into shambles. So watch what y'all out here doing and who y'all doing it with. He's definitely not the last, and he's not the first one. He's just the one that was caught doing it, right? And if any of y'all that's his friends and y'all still hanging around him, y'all still probably committing crimes or whatever y'all doing with him, whatever comes y'all way, y'all clearly deserve it. The crazy part is his older brother, OTF Dede, he is currently incarcerated and is being hit with the unaliving of Quando Rondo's cousin, Little Pat. So some might say, well, the apple don't fall too far from the tree. However, I see something a little different. He's young, he see his big brother looking like he's living his best life. His big brother got a little money, he's hanging around Little Dirk, it looked like he living a life, and he's probably just trying to follow in those footsteps. However, this clearly isn't the life for him. Y'all jump in the comments, let me know what y'all think about this. Don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe. Hit that bell so you're notified every time we drop new content. And remember, as long as you keep on watching, I'm going to keep on dropping. And I'm out.